like to invite Ms. Lin Cao from the Canberra Core team to share with us about the Onboarding Sync Overview.
Thank you, Thư. Let me share my screen. You see my screen now? Okay. So, hello everyone. In this presentation, I'll share an overview of some important information for us to get ready for the execution phase and reflect on the onboarding phase. The goals of this meeting are to align all DAOs before entering the execution phase, walk through how proposals and voting works on XDAO, review DAO proposal and Q&As, reflect on onboarding phase, and reinforce keystone, documentation, and DAO norms. I will introduce information and insights to help us align on the next step, such as our current stage, proposal submission, voting, and first payment workflows, learning, and improving. First, let's review on our journey so far. On the left is the timeline chart showing our current state. We are now at the end of onboarding phase and about to enter the main phase execution. On the right is the checklist for your onboarding. At this time, you have already completed all these action items and are working on the DAO proposal. Before I go into the proposal submission, voting, and first payment workflows, here's an overview. Today, June 19, we have a review of the DAO proposal. Then on June 22nd, all proposal will be submitted via the Create Proposal feature on XDAO with 7-day voting period. Until June 29, DAO participants will vote on the qualified proposal listed in the voting tracking sheet. Then we will proceed with the first payment by July 6. Now, our proposal submission, voting, and first payment workflows will be based on XDAO. As mentioned in the kickoff meeting and dev to doc, each DAO has a DAO space on XDAO for members to submit and vote on proposal and manage DAO funds. Before you experience the workflows with XDAO, we would like to address the opportunities and challenges for your understanding. The opportunities here, we will see blockchain-based DAO platform can empower community with transparency, automation, and trust, which will result in better autonomy for decentralized communities. But we will also experience the challenges that blockchain in general and this DAO platform in particular are at early stage development, so the experience may not be user-friendly due to technical barrier. We encourage you to open to try with us with the exploratory and experimental mindset. Now, let's go into the workflows. You can find more detail in the XDAO Start Guide on Dev2Docs. Here, I just overview of the key steps. The first step is connect to your DAO space. We all are familiar with the concept login in traditional website, in Web3 or blockchain-based site. This is done by connecting your MetaMask wallet. Your confirmation are recorded on-chain, and your wallet address is like your signature. Here's an overview of the Create Proposal voting workflow. DAO list submit DAO-wide and working group proposal on behalf of the DAO. This stage is for proposal approval only. No funds are transferred yet. All proposals should be submitted on the same day, June 22nd. Let's have a look at the step to submit. Go to Create Proposal. Fill in proposal description option. Choose the voting token. Define time limit. Confirm in MetaMask. Proposal voting created successfully will look like this. As you already know, the proposals are preliminarily qualified by DAO facilitator. Only the qualified proposals are listed in the DAO voting tracking sheet for DAO member to review and vote. And the voting tracking sheet look like this. Then, in the 7-day voting period, DAO member will review and vote on proposal listed in the DAO voting tracking sheet. Steps to vote are simple. Click the voting link in the voting tracking sheet, review detail and click vote. Choose your voting option confirmed in MetaMask. But the important thing here is to keep in mind that each of the members is a reviewer to qualify the proposal and share your voice via the vote. Once the proposal is passed, the facilitator will initiate a send token voting for the first payment. As shared in DAOs and onboarding phase, we follow 70-30 payment model. After execution, each DAO submit a completion report. Send token vote for second payment will be initiated if the report is qualified. Let's have a look at the step to create send token voting. Choose payment token USDT, fill in payment amount, recipient wallet, title, description, confirm in MetaMask. The 3-day voting period will begin immediately after confirmation. Then DAO facilitator will add the voting to the DAO voting tracking sheet and notify the member to review and vote to process the payment. Once the quorum 34% is reached, send token voting can be activated by the DAO manager. After the send token voting is activated, payment will be auto-processed from the DAO wallet to the recipient wallet. Here's something beautiful about blockchain transparency. DAO members can view information of all transactions of your DAO in tab Info section Transaction History. You can click on the transaction ID to view public transaction detail on Polyscan. You can relate that with public bank statement in traditional. Now, during the first few weeks, we observed that some DAO members were highly active, while others still finding their place in the program. Our approach to strengthen active contribution of DEP2 participants, instead of remove inactive member as we did in DEP1, DEP2 takes a different approach to increase the influence of active contributors through governance token. Active member will receive +1 GT after each phase based on participation and contribution to DAO deliverables. Active members gain greater influence in shaping the DAO and are entrusted to invite 1 or 2 members who can strengthen the DAO's capacity and execution. And if a working group lacks active leadership, the DAO should discuss whether rotation are needed. To implement this approach, there are 3 next steps. First, DF and DAO lead will identify active members by June 26, and the additional GT will be allocated by July 3rd. Second, active members submit recommendation of new member by July 3rd. DF, DAO lead, and working group lead will review and confirm enrollment by July 10. Third, each DAO should review the readiness of its working group leadership and decide rotation if necessary. The overall goal is simple: increase the influence of active contributors and strengthen execution capacity across all DAOs. That's all for now. Thank you for listening. If you have any question or discussion, please share in the chat box. We will follow up at the end of this meeting. Thank you.